You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic, your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer, your favorite mystic's favorite mystic. Time to tap in now. You are traveling with the Hood Mystic.
You are now tapped in.
$1 million later, now they mad I switch it up. She went tryna fuck, now she tryna give it up. Flooded up my chain with some pork, switch it up, little nigga. Switch it up. Was rocking European, but I had to switch it up. Now I make my own drip, your bitch lick it up. Now I'm on my own dick, I had to switch it up, little nigga. Switch it up, add it up, stack it up, rack it up, back it up. That's enough. Spot. This one too hot. Took a few shots like I'm Tupac. She a old head, say she new pop. Give me old head, say I'm a new pop. All around the world, it's the same song. Never seen your girl with her pants on. Never seen a vibe that I ain't on. Said I'm a star, put my name on. Broke last year, but I had to switch it up. $1 million later, now they mad I switch it up. She went tryna fuck, now she tryna give it up. Flooded up my chain with some pork, switch it up, little nigga. Switch it up. Was rocking European, but I had to switch it up. Now I make my own drip, your bitch lick it up. Now I'm on my own dick, I had to switch it up. Shit is crazy. I'm so wavy. That's why they hate me. But they can't stop me. They can't copy me. I'm an anomaly. Switching up the whip, flipping up the script. Never giving up. Always getting up. Had to make a promise. We gon' live it up. Best to ever do it. They gon' mention us. I ain't tryna chill, cause we ain't rich enough. Say she had the weed, so we lit it up. Always smoke her out, so we switched it up. Went to natural from the weed, had to switch it up. She the only one I need, had to switch it up. Broke last year, but I had to switch it up. $1 million later, now they mad I switch it up. She went tryna fuck, now she tryna give it up. Flooded on my chain with some pork, switch it up.
It's a vibe, family. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. And we're here now. So hope everyone is doing well. You know, today we are switching it up. We are doing the work. We are tapped the fuck in. I'm the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Be sure to go to that site whenever you want to learn about anything that has to do with anything about me, right? Or my family or my work. A lot of changes, right? We have to switch it up. We have to switch up the energy. It is Wednesday. It is hump day. So shout out to everybody that was humping this morning or last night. When the clock struck 12, you was in alignment, right? That's alignment right there. It is hump day. So you are tapped in another version. So shout out to everybody joining, you know, shout out to Ra, shout out to Stardust, shout out to Travana, shout out to Amina, what's that? Ohio representative. Shout out to you. Shout out to Shani, Sabine, a Denmark representative. You feel me? Showstopper. San Bernardino's finest. You understand what I'm saying? We are in the building. Star Vision, Tanisha in the building, fam. Waller the Great in the building. Oh, we are. It's the whole party. What they say about a quarantine lockdown? How is it a quarantine lockdown and everybody here is in the fucking building? That don't make sense, family. Obviously, it ain't no quarantine. Obviously, ain't no lockdown because we all in the building today, right? And so let me just say, the remnant. Oh, my spiritual mom, so I got to be on my good behavior today. Shout out to the remnant. Shout out to you, Ali. You understand? So my spiritual mom in the room, family. So I'm going to be on my best behavior. All right. all that jazz. Shout out to you. Shout out to the family. Shout out to everybody. Today we are talking about what we don't talk about all the time. And what I'm noticing that spiritual people don't want to talk about, which is money and happiness. So this is a more or less a presentation. I took these notes for this episode probably about 2 weeks ago. I took them and I sat on them and I said, when the time is right, I will bring these notes back to surface, but the time wasn't right. So in this previous videos, I know I need to quit it because I need to stop. But in these previous videos, I've been referencing the fact that I have a lot of content to get out and I have a lot of things to say. Well, these were one of the things that I was referencing, and I was just waiting for the energy and the place. So shout out to my team, right? I know all of I know that a lot of people within this conscious community have their ancestors, which are awesome, right? They have their spiritual practices, which is stupendous, right? They have their, followers, which is, beyond belief, right? But what about their team, right? Shout out to my team, right? Because I have a team out here letting people know, and we build every day. We discuss everything. We learn together. We grow together. We create products together. You might have heard about us before. Spiritual Energy Technology, aka The Set. And we got a new member we just added to the team. Shout out to you, Ra. You understand? And just building and growing with the divine masculine on the daily basis, tapping into that inner childhood energy. Come on, ladies. Y'all ain't doing the teacup, the y'all ain't playing house or kitchen or living room no more. Y'all ain't doing the teacup situation. Y'all ain't got no dolls. Y'all ain't got no imagination. Y'all working. Okay. Y'all working. Okay. Ironic, right? That everybody in America got the same amount. So 1,200 to some people is an insult, but to 1,200 to another person is like saving their life. And that's just telling you how how the life works and how money works. And then how having your team or having a business or having a group of people for which y'all can create new systems, create new ideas, bounce stuff off the wall and, talk about stupid stuff. And it's me and the guys, so we talking about the ladies and all of that. And of course the ladies that get together and they'll talk about the guys. And it's that high school, middle school bonding energy that's on the planet, for which you might be on the outside looking in because you just caught up in your own shit. So I want to start this whole shit off. I like how many minutes in and I'm just now starting, but I'm gonna start it off with saying this was the channel from the dream world to the waking world, and this was really key. I don't know who was bringing this energy on, but they said believing in yourself ain't about you. I said believing in yourself ain't about you. He's like, no, believing in yourself. It could be about your children. It could be about your children's children. It could be about your community. It could be about your country. It could be about your city. It could be about your state that needs you to be the best person that you could be, to be as prosperous as you could be, to be as abundant as you can be, because it's not about you per se, right? Because a lot of people rely on you to be your best self. So when you are kicking yourself in the ass and not patting yourself on the back, you understand that the energy is not in right and exact in alignment with your spirit. So even if you feeling down and you feeling bad, I'm gonna need you to believe in yourself, because believing in yourself is not about you. It's about everybody that needs you to be supreme. So let's get into it. I'm gonna just run through these notes. These notes are taken from chapter 2 of the book, The Trick to Money is Having Some, by Stuart Wilde. Now I do not have the PDF, but I did buy it. I did buy it. So I do have the actual ebook that I'm referencing because I couldn't find the PDF, but it's by Stuart Wilde, and the book is called The Trick to Money is Having Some. Now, Stuart Wilde is one of my spirit guides. And another important spirit guide that you guys may have or could tap into, and shout out to the Mad Titan for this download, the energy of Robin Williams. So the energy of Robin Williams, the energy of Stuart Wilde, the energy of Steve Jobs, okay? Coming online. And a lot of people might be like, well, good, them is white men. I can't deal with that energy. And I'm just like, obviously I'm speaking above and beyond your realm of understanding. So go ahead and exit out this video and find you somebody black that's your spirit guide, or somebody Chinese, or somebody Mexican. What I'm dealing with is the download and the information, and how it come is how I give it to you. I don't judge it. So Robin Williams, Stuart Wilde, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs got 2 movies for which you could read, decode, and dissect and empower your understanding of technology, because technology is the most valuable resource on the planet, especially when you reference quantum computing, for which it is the ideas in the programs and the platforms for which the quantum computer is being set up is for financial mining and coding and financial systems, for which they need support, they need funds. This is why they need investors. However, if you caught up in your fear, you caught up in your story, you caught up in your narrative, you're not going to understand the reality of how you're able to free yourself now, right? Because money is the key symbol of survival. Money is a key symbol of the ego. Money makes people feel important or better for having things, even if it's just for a moment in time. So what I'm speaking to is not the person who thinks that saving money is going to save them, thinks that having money for money's sake is going to save them. I'm talking to the person who makes a lot of money, right? Which a lot of you on the live do. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what you do with your money after you get it. Do you just have money to have it, to show, to feel safe, or do you learn how to manage your money, not budget your money? Budgeting your money is just figuring out the best way to lose it. But what if your money, if you made $100 today, or if you made $10,000 today, how could you take that $100 or $10,000 and make something of it? Because whether you make $100 a day or $10,000 a day, let's be honest, if you spend it, you spend it and it's gone. So whether you're saving it, you're just saving it for a rainy day to spend it, so it is gone. Okay. So what this creates, the reason why saving and working and these things are being removed from you is because you have the ability to create a new financial situation for yourself. As long as the world exists, as long as technology exists, and as long as we are on the frontier and we are learning more about the quantum computing, the more energy that will rise, and the less of the world that's centered around physical production of bullshit and random spiritual prophesying of you need to meditate, you need to ponder on this, that, and the third. No, is your money growing? Do you have money management, money growing skills? If you don't, you are going down a slide. And some people are going down a slide that's short, right? Some people have already hit the ground and crashed and burned. Some people are on a higher slide, right? They just don't know when that crash and burn is going to happen, but the direction of their finances is going down. However, there are some people still playing the game. And this is what I'm trying to bring people into. I am not the spiritual miracle healer guy you think I am. I'm a regular person. My name is Kyrie. I was born in Boston, Massachusetts. I was raised in Akron, Ohio. Spent time in Canton, Ohio. Did some prison time. Got out of prison. Did my 20s like I supposed to do my 20s. Turned 30. Had some children. And since then, I've been living for my children. Okay? I'm not special. I never claimed to be special. I just claimed to give it to you as it came. So you might hear this message and not feel where I'm coming from, and that's perfectly fine. But I'm just being honest about where I'm at today. The ego is obsessed with finances and abundance. But since you are obsessed with this finance and abundance, you have negative emotions surrounding it. So you do not invest a dime. You just want everything to come to you, and you're not willing to invest a penny. A lot of y'all still listening to Spotify free, but listen to Spotify every day, but too afraid to spend $10 a month. But rather you waste hours on listening to pointless ads where you could have had a whole vibe going. You let these ads disrupt your whole vibration. Y'all listening to YouTube right now with ads. Imagine that. And not thinking none the wiser. You don't even realize that a $6 investment, it will keep the peace and prosperity and vibration going, but you don't want to invest a measly $6 because you don't know when your next dollar is coming from, because you completely tie into the hour for money system as if that's the only system that we have. There are different systems of making money, and a person is going to want the easy answer from me. I don't have the easy answer for you because nobody had the fucking easy answer for me. I had to felt like I was eating dirt for years. Okay? And it was because of my own ignorance. You have to understand why can't nobody help you, because you trapped in your own ignorance. You trapped in your own box of doubt, insecurity, and fear, and you not tapped into your godhood, which actually changes the reality around you within the perceptual, subjective moment. And y'all niggas ain't moving to the energy for which y'all spirit is at. Y'all in the location for which y'all emotions are at. And y'all emotions and spiritual is two different worlds. Y'all spiritual life don't make sense to the logical. However, when you align with your spirit, you don't worry. Case in point, the location for which I'm at is at a different location from which I was at. However, the difference between my financial prosperity and my daily intake of finances and overall growth has been exponential because I'm aligned energetically with my soul. I've known for a fact that my soul wanted me to be in Detroit because I would be in Canton, Ohio, growing up, listening to nothing but Slum Village, right? Nothing but Eminem. Don't fault me. Don't fault me. Eminem was hard when he first came out. Eminem, before the fame, was raw. Before the fame, Eminem was the truth. Before the fame, you didn't even know Eminem was white. You didn't know Eminem was white until you knew Eminem was white. But like, I'm old for real. So I know, like, my soul was always in Detroit. I had confirmation sign. My wife is from Detroit. Her family is from Detroit, right? I like the Detroit in my wife. I like the Detroitan people. Lo and behold, I changed locations, and my finances and my overall peace when I walk outside. I used to walk outside in Ohio and my energy was off. My spirit was off. So of course, everything happens in exact alignment and you in the perfect place in this particular moment. However, your spirit might be indicating that things could be better in a different location. However, if you're emotionally tied to a location and not following your spirit, you in the realms of philosophy and logic, and that's perfectly fine. But this energy for which I'm referencing is not for you. It's not for you. You want logic, you want things to make sense. You want me to say that if you spend $100 that you're gonna make this amount back. No, once you spend $100, it's gone. When I invest money, I think about me buying a sack of Loud or buying a pair of Jordans or going crazy on Amazon or going crazy at the casino or going crazy with one of these ladies at these strip clubs that'll get you like, you want a lap dance? Yeah, I want a lap dance. Okay, how many dances? 3. All right, boom, boom, boom. All right, that'll be 150. What? Wait, what? All right, here go 150, but here go 50 more. Can you stay for a couple more dances though? That's how I'm gonna give it up. So if I could do that for some in offerings to the goddess at the strip club, see, y'all be thinking that rap. This is a digression, and this is a side note. Y'all be thinking that rappers is on the vibration of ignorance. But what if they are on the position of offerings to the Devadasis of the temple? What if they in more alignment at the strip club than you at the damn in your damn room reading a book? What if the strip club is in a deeper alignment than you being in college or something like that? I'm just referencing the Players Club or something to that effect. Let me get back to my point. I could waste money in a strip club. However, when it comes to investing, when it comes to bettering myself, when it comes to doing something that's worthwhile, and this could be anything. This is any longing that you have within yourself that's going to require you to invest the money that you make in yourself, that's going to allow you to become a better self, and you just won't do it because you're afraid of success. You afraid from the negative emotions surrounding money. So you won't do anything that invests in you. You rather would save your money and look at numbers on a screen than to take that money out and invest in yourself and possibly grow and learn. Because when we reference your financial situation, how much money you got? Oh shit, my finances is limited, hood mystic. I'm insecure about my finances. Cause shit ain't guaranteed, hood mystic. It ain't guaranteed that I'm gonna have this money. It ain't guaranteed. Da. Well, do you understand how money works? Have you took a financial literacy course? Have you studied on the mechanics of finances? See, hood mystic, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy, hood mystic, to understand how money works. Cause I'm too busy trying to make this money. Wait, hold the fuck up. Backtrack that logic for me. Explain that logic. You too busy to make money. You too busy to understand financial literacy because you too busy making money. If you got a logic for that, I'm doing the tapped in portion, and somebody please enlighten me on the chat how not understanding finances is less important than actually accumulating finances. How do you know that the accumulation of finances is even good for you if you don't understand the modality for which financial markets work? Don't worry, Friday I'll be talking about love and things of that nature. I know this shit ain't good. I know this shit ain't no easy pill to swallow, and a lot of people done clicked off this live and got into more pleasantry shit, more entertaining videos and things of that nature. I realized that. And that's what I want people to actually do. I want people to entertain themselves. Go watch Netflix, go watch HBO, do something. You know what I'm saying? Because this is for people who sick and tired of being fucking sick and tired of doing the same shit every day. And then trying to value something that has no value. What has value in the world, family? The only thing that has value in this world is technology. And y'all can argue about it. Y'all can go back and forth about what your Babylon said, Reverend said, what your psychic advisor just told you that you need to do. However, if you're not investing in technology or understanding technology, but you're using it, you are what they call a sheep. So I took some technology courses and things of that nature. So there's two levels to technology that people don't even, like 1% of the population even understand, but it's how the computer actually runs. So majority of people deal with computers, phones, tablets under what is called a GUI. And they call it a GUI. And that's just the general user interface. And so it's just to make it easier and simple for you to operate this complicated piece of machinery for which you hold in your hand. And you may hold these devices in your hand and not know how powerful they are or how much functionality that you could have in your hands because you're caught up on the GUI or the goo, right? However, if you was to flip that computer or that phone upside down and begin to operate that phone from a back office level, from an internal level, you could open up so many different worlds, tap into so many different platforms and things of that nature that your head could expand. But if you not thinking that you have this power within the realms of technology, or you haven't done the knowledge because you don't necessarily need it, imagine the arrogance of individuals in the 90s and when it came to technology and how much that they didn't need it or on that computer all day and things of that nature. It's a different world, fam. And the people who have investigated and learned, they are dealing with the true abundance, true prosperity. And these are the positive feelings that you have for your financial situation. The freedom that you have to live and to learn and to grow. However, if you're not free, you are a slave. You are imprisoned. And some people think that having money will free them. But in everything that I just said, $10,000 or $100, if you don't know how to make that $100 into $200 or that $10,000 into 20, then you are sliding down a hill. You are sliding down a slide. So having money won't free you. Any amount of money won't free you if you do not have financial literacy. And you could pay somebody to be financial literate for you, but the same rules apply for taking a shower for you. I can pay you to take a shower for me, but I don't know how clean I'm going to be after you take your shower that I paid you for. Yeah, I took a shower for you. You should be clean in 24 to 48 hours. Just wait on it. Gotta be $49.99. And call me if you need me to take another shower for you. I got you. This is education. Can't nobody learn this shit for you. And if you got a brain or a mind or a heart to learn and a sincere knowledge and a will to tap into something beyond you and deal with the right and exactitude of financial learning, then you are good. If you are stuck in your ineptitude, which is the fact that you don't know, which is perfectly fine because nobody taught you. How would you expect to be an investor and nobody taught you to be an investor? How would you expect to be financially free and nobody taught you to be financially free? They taught you how to be afraid of losing your money and to be cutthroat. I'm in a community and environment that's not based upon secrecy. It's based on transparency. So when I make money, we all should make money, right? That's the logic that we're going for, as opposed to let me digress, and hopefully I'll hop back on this train of thought, but y'all know how it can get with me. The spiritual leaders who want you to donate or buy into what the fuck they doing, are not spiritual leaders. They are charismatic individuals. Period. No spiritual person should be asking you for shit because they spirit should be on top of it. Throughout this whole conversation, I got donation buttons, I got merchandise, I got readings, but trust me, fam, you don't need to buy none of that shit. If you hear, you hear, and the conversation is not going to be altered based upon how much money you gave me. I'm not that spiritual person. And I'll come right off the rip and say that. And if it comes down to it, I'll fucking do what I have to do to make money. However, I'm the spiritual person of a variety that hit me up if you need something. If you need $50. If your family if you need something, you can hit me up. Yeah, man, shit. I'm stuck out here in the middle of the road, fam. I need some gas money, bro. You think you can cash at me 20? It's already there, bro. It was already there when you said gas money. I already sent it. And I'm not saying that I'm a good guy. It's just this is how my spirit rocks with me. My spirit been looking out for me before this YouTube shit. But I was never free because I never understood the markets. I never understood the root and the concepts. And when people talk finances, I imagine that, the government had it out for me anyway. I was a black man, so, racism and things of that nature. All of these fucking falsehoods, everything that you thinking that's blocking you from financial prosperity is a lie that you tell to yourself every day. The only thing, unless you was like had a real life mental disability where you couldn't read and I'm not joking, but if you have problems reading and comprehending and organizing your notes, like if you didn't make it out of high school, then I understood. Like you really tried and couldn't pass your GED. Like if you didn't get, and I'm not joking, fam, I'm being dead ass serious. If you did not get your GED, maybe this conversation ain't for you. But if you managed, because the GED test is hard, because I actually took the GED. I'm not joking. I'm serious. If you took the GED and you passed it, you good, fam. Because I took my GED. That's my educational level. And I'm a smart guy. The GED test kicked my ass. GED test is no hoe. So if you pass the GED test, you mentally able to learn this skill. But whatever thing that you're telling yourself that don't have you in the best place, in the most financial, abundant, most positive feelings around your money, if you got $10 right now, you can take that $10 and turn it into 20 if you just have the positive belief around your finances. Or you just say, you know what, I got this $10, I'm gonna hop on this slide. Or you know what, I got this $1,200, I'm gonna hop on this slide. Whereas the loud man is Marshall's open because I want to grab me an outfit real quick. Now you on the slide. Now say for instance you want 1,200 and you take 300 and you invest it. Now you figuring that maybe I can take this 300 and make it into something. And that's what fuels you, the actual accumulation and growth of the money that you already make. And then when you make other money in other ways, because you like doing strange shit for a piece of change and shit, you take that change that you get. See, I'm a poet sometimes without even trying, and take it and put it into your purse. And now the money that you grow and making is constantly growing. And of course you don't feel me. Of course I'm talking crazy talk, but these spiritual motherfuckers that have you scratching your head at the end of it, or have you confirming some shit that's you already fearing and not making you a better person. I was at my brokest when I listened to spiritual mugs all day. I'm going to just say that. So within this poverty mindset, you blaming the government, you blaming the economy, you blaming Trump for your ignorance. You blaming Trump for your ignorance. You blaming the government for your ignorance. You blaming your mama for your ignorance. You blaming the society, the city that you living in for your ability to not learn a new skill or gain a new ability. You think that a job is going to save you, and a job will not save you. It'll stress you out. It'll have you waking up in the morning and have you going to a place that you don't want to go to, all because you feel like you have no other choice. And these spiritual motherfuckers is not gonna help you. They gonna give you a spell to find you another job. And of course, if you're not interested or enthusiastic or even concerned about your financial literacy, then it don't necessarily matter either. That's apathy. To whereas Hood Mystic, oh shit, man, fuck what you talking about, bro. You ain't hitting on shit. You ain't talking about nothing. I'm not even referencing me. How did I start this conversation off, family? Because I know it's people that's coming into this live. I believe in myself, but not for myself. I believe in myself for my children, for my wife, basically. And I'm going to just stop there. A lot of people might have other reasons for which they have a reason to believe in themselves, and other people that's connected to their energy, connected to their success. So believing in yourself ain't always about you. So of course this information ain't for me or from me. It's from a higher place. And I'm just transmuting it and translating it. This is sent directly from my spirit guide, Stuart Wild. That's how when you listening to it, it makes sense. But then you ain't hearing nobody else talking about it. But then I'm sure y'all know how this shit be. Everybody will be talking about this shit 2 months from now. But goddamn, y'all here on the live now. Remember where you heard it first. Straight from the horse's mouth. Cause I want you, cause ineptitude, which is saying, well, I don't know nothing about financial markets. Apathy is, nor do I care to learn about the financial markets. That ineptitude and apathy equates to poverty. No matter how much money you can make $1 million a day. And the mere fact that you need to continue to make millions of dollars a day is an indication that you do not know how to grow your money. Because you probably spend it as quick as you get it and you think that's normal. Then you rely on other people to sustain you. Then you get these contracts and then they send out these checks. See, these is cons, learning to track you, and these checks actually keep you in check. So when you get a check, that's literally them checking your ass. Like, got your ass in check. You need me, right? Therefore, y'all think that these celebrities are selling their souls? No, you selling your soul even worse. Because at least they get millions of dollars in it. They getting fame and notoriety. Your ass going to work and don't nobody even know your ass exists. That's the worst soul selling, right? That's the worst soul selling. Because if you're not able to be free, then you're not free. But understanding that freedom is a feeling and not a circumstances means that from $10, you can free yourself. From $10,000, you can free yourself, but it is a choice and it is a feeling and it is a movement and a vibration for which you take the time to learn a system, learn a skill, and you have the interest and enthusiasm that will take you from the beginning, middle to the end. Because a lot of these things that people will tell you, you interested at first and then you not interested, but then you not getting what you came for either. Which is the ability to learn something new so you could free yourself in the realms of finances. Because if you feel as though it's a matter of financial wealth as like having numbers on the screen, then every time you spend something, that shit is gone. And so the reason for which I'm referencing it in a space where we're dealing with it in the time of like, well, why are you talking about this now? Is because Mercury is conjunct Chiron. Survival mode is what we're referencing to blocking you from financial prosperity. And the fear that's being surrounded by you with this quarantine and the fear of death, it automatically locks you into TikTok, which is right and exact with the energy, because the fact that people have been home, they've been on the application called TikTok. However, my spirit guide Stuart Wilde referenced TikTok years and years and years ago in relation to this particular energy. So where you think that these things just come out of nowhere is actually the energy that's planned for you through these applications. And this survival mode / TikTok is going to push money away from you because you do not take risks with your money in the space of growing it. You think since you have $10, that's negative feelings around that $10. But if you have negative feelings towards your money, it is just already gone. Say, for instance, you have positive feelings around your money, then you allow it to grow. But it doesn't grow by praying or meditating or offerings. It grows from knowledge. So you might have to sit down and apply, learn, apply, learn till you fucking get it. Money is a symbol of freedom, not survival. Money is not a symbol of survival. It's a symbol of freedom. However, when you have it, lose it, have it, lose it, have it, lose it, have it, spend it, have it, spend it, have it, spend it. There is no power in that. There is no freedom in that. You literally a rat in a cage. So of course this check to check mentality has to be put in check, because when it's a call up, all right, family, we about to meet up in the woods somewhere. We all up in Texas, over in Honcho and Sharon's estate. Oh man, I can't even go, fam. I don't got enough money, fam. But we supposed to be spirit, soul, fam, and all of that shit. But we ain't got 2 pennies to rub together. Of course I'm drawing a line with this shit. Of course I'm drawing a line with this shit. Of course I'm not about to be being unprosperous and be on this YouTube. Of course I'm not going to be doing this conscious shit for 30 years and have nothing to show for it. Of course not. I'm not going out like that. Not going to be bragging on, well, I got a 1,500 YouTube videos that's here to uplift humanity. But I don't got nothing to help you out. I can't, if you ask me for $20, I'm going to tell you to kiss my ass and donate to my GoFundMe. I'm trying to, how we both got GoFundMes. I need help. I'm coming to you, and you supposed to be the spiritual leader, but you got to GoFundMe. Where's the logical sense in this situation? So beyond spiritualists, we are actual kings. We are literal kings. We are financial kings. We are earth kings. We are world kings. We are political giants. We are warriors. We are mages. We are mathematicians. We are scientists. All of these, we are alchemists. And none of this is about poverty. We just don't have the tools. We just don't have the knowledge, nor do we have the apathy to even want to learn. So this is our problem. Our people suffer for a lack of knowledge and nothing else. This TikTok opposes the gods of survival, because TikTok thinks purely on the realms of surface reality, and TikTok-minded people think that surface reality is real. So everything that's being said on the news about you, if not understood psychologically, might have you in a space of fear. However, there are conversations that's happening that's full of prosperity and abundance, but they might not even want to talk to you because they know that your ass ain't even going to learn, right? They know that your ass ain't even, they can tell that your ass, we got the information to save us and free us to tap into financial prosperity and tap into generational wealth for all of us right now. We just got to learn this new skill. Oh man, I have to get up with you tomorrow, fam. I'm too busy. Weren't you just calling me, asking me for help and guidance and shit? You busy? In this world, fam, there is TikTok, where you too busy, you in the surface reality, you into this Chris Brown madness, all of this particular energy. There's TikTok, there's surface reality, and then there is intention, where you wake up and you live purely on intention. You live purely on your family, purely on your business, right? You growing your business, you conducting meetings, you having everybody on the same accord, everybody on the same page, and y'all moving in lockstep at this particular moment, and y'all got joint accounts, and y'all watching the money grow as a family. As a family, everybody contributing, everybody learning, everybody growing. This is my life today. This is what I'm about today. And maybe you not about that. Maybe you think that I'm full of shit, and I need you to hold that. For real. I need you to hold that shit. I need you to stand on that shit, and I need you to be about that shit. You don't believe nothing of what I'm saying, and that's perfectly fine, because I don't need energy for with that, because at least either I'm talking to myself or I'm building with real people that understand that we need trust and transparency and growth, right? Because even if the world economy collapses, I want to know that you okay, right? And the world economy collapsing is inevitable. But so is your prosperity, and so is your intention. Your intention is just as inevitable as the sun rising. You just have to understand it. You just have to understand it. So, what is your intention? What is your movement? What is your education? Don't reference your ineptitude. Don't reference your apathy, your lack of enthusiasm. I need you to be enthusiastic, and I want you to learn a new skill in this space of quarantine and so-called lockdown. But beyond that, man, that has been my spill. That has been my build. Let's all tap in, and give me a second to get everything set up. But I will be moving and grooving you until then. So be patient with me, family.
You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic, your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer, your favorite mystic's favorite mystic. Time to tap in now. You are traveling with the Hood Mystic.
You are now tapped in.
Are you able to hear me now? No.
Yeah, I can hear you. You good? You good?
Okay.
Yeah, you
Okay.
good. What's good?
Nothing much. How are you? It's good to finally meet.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just chilling. I'm good though. How are you?
I'm well. I'm well. I really enjoyed this share today. It's one of the few times that I caught you right when you got started.
Mhm.
So, I'm sorry.
I know how that be. I'm busy.
I know. She has we're very connected. So as soon as I start doing something, it's like she immediately rushes to tell me whatever's in her mind.
I know all about that. I know all about that.
So yes, I caught you right when you began, and I really appreciated the share. One thing I wanted to share with the family, especially for those who may be on the fence, just about everything that you and others have been talking about with financial literacy. I have I used to work in finance, and I think probably one of the biggest takeaways that I got from that experience is, and this has been said, I think Honcho has even mentioned this on a build before, that, when you just have your money in banks and when you just are around that consumer level, there really are no ethics at place. And when I was studying for the Series 7, I learned all about the various ethics and rules and regulations that apply for qualified investors. So pretty much you don't get that Cadillac level of service until you come into the door with at least a certain number of millions. But that's where the true knowledge about getting into the headspace of being an investor comes in. So I think I dropped a little bit of information in the chat for folks to research, like investor suitability. So when I was studying for my exam, I had to learn I had to learn about options, I had to learn about futures, I had to learn about all of these different products and how to ethically explain them to clients. Because believe it or not, we would have people come in who they got all the money in the world, but they, just like many of us, don't know where to begin. And there's a lot of disclosures, of course, that we would have to make that the average consumer just will not get based on their, experience. So for those who, I guess the recommendation that I met is everything is about risk tolerance. So even if at this point you probably can only do a meditation, maybe meditate and research on the persona, like the behavioral science elements of investing. So how can I increase my risk tolerance just in life in general? How can I, be more comfortable with losses or becoming more indifferent to them, just changing my perspective about, and it can apply to different things, whether it's food you have or whatever. I mean, I know we all like to be industrious and save things and be conscious, but even starting on that level could really open you up to see it more as something fun, something you can do with your family. So that's just something that I wanted to share, because everything you were discussing gave me flashbacks to that moment of studying and trying to apply it to my own life to make sure I could, get the answers right and ultimately help the clients I was working with in the future. So that might be a good bridge for someone, something they could do today. If they're like, look, well, I don't have money to put in crypto today, but I can meditate. Maybe that's something you can meditate on, because investing is all about risk. It's all about your risk tolerance. And even if you have $1 million to walk into a door, someone with the Series 7 or the Series 63, the first question they're going to ask you is, what's your risk tolerance? What can you handle or absorb? What are your goals? Are you trying to, because some people want to invest to pay for, just an example, like their kids' college. That's something a lot of people, they hadn't started a family, but they wanted $200,000 set aside for kids' school, or $200,000 to get their kids set up to start a business. And there's all different products that are appropriate for that. And when you do the research, you don't have to get too caught up on bonds versus cash or whatever, because we can insert the technological currencies and things we've already been discussing, Forex. You can swap, the different modalities but just getting into that mindset of, I know in order to be successful in this, I need to grow my risk tolerance. And a lot of that's connected to that root chakra, fear-based mindset. And so opening that up and letting in energy that makes you comfortable with risks is really going to help you make that breakthrough. And believe it or not, when I was in finance, I felt more like a psychologist because I'm trying to help people, whether they're a CEO trying to do this merger and figure out how to make it work, or if it's a qualified investor trying to invest in a large scale deal, it's the same thing. So don't look at yourself just because you're just getting started out as any different than some wealthy family that doesn't know what to do with $500 million. It's all about getting your head in the game. So that is something you can do with the meditation. That is something that you can do with your spiritual gifts, to just open yourself up. And then you'll be able to receive the more technical information to then manifest that into something for you and your family. So that's all I wanted to share. I didn't want to take too much time.
No, but that was so beautiful, because that's more or less what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not giving you ways to, like, a how-to, because you might not even be ready to receive a how-to. However, just mentally, the metaphysics, this was like a metaphysical approach to everything that you were saying. And that was like chapter 2 of the book, The Trick to Money is Having Some, was like what you're saying right now, but just spiritual.
Yeah. Yeah. It should be fun. It should be fun. Like, the environment, just to give you context, I worked on a trading floor for 2.5 years, and it was literally like a bullpen. Like, it was about fun, throwing footballs. I mean, very machismo, but I mean, it was about fun. Every day was about having fun. And as, you know, problematic as it could be, I really tapped into that and paid attention to that and carried that with me. And so what we can do is you make your own bullpen. Like, you have your dedicated space for meditating, or your dedicated space for spirituality. Most of my friends who have continued to trade or have their own portfolios or whatever, they create that environment, and they have like sports totems. They have their footballs. They have their, you know, if they went to a school that was big on sports, whatever's going to give them that energy, that Mars type of energy.
That's what me, Ra, and Hancho have. Like,
100%.
we're just
100%.
like kicking it like most of the time, but
and I love that. Like, seriously, when y'all, I think the first live that I caught, it was the three of y'all having that discussion. That's right when I joined the Slack. I immediately tuned into that, because that's the world I come from, but I've never been able to merge it with the spiritual. And it's so beautiful. So beautiful to see that, especially my brothers doing that. Like, y'all have no idea. Like, just like Michelle was talking about yesterday, and she and I have already connected, by the way. So thank you so much for that. I too have been like the only, not just the only melanated person, but the only woman. So it's just really awesome to see that amongst you all. And I just want everyone to know, if you're already on the frequency, you can get to that point of comfort, but you got to start at the root of it. You got to just open yourself up to just the idea of risk, and maybe even going back into your own files of like, okay, what risk have I not taken? Just that simple level. Like, I learned that at the bank. It wasn't all quant and numbers, because at the end of the day, you can find an analyst to do that for you if you yourself don't feel that comfortable. But if you have the vision of, you know, just feeling comfortable with it, and you're already in tune with your intuition, those are the people who are able to build estates. Those are people who are really able. A lot of the people that have the money and are really doing big things at that level as qualified investors, they do not know the quant or the technical. They're knowledgeable enough because they're open to risk, and they're well read in terms of, you know, they're asking for white papers. They're asking for, you're like, send me stuff, the research. Hancho mentioned that, you know what I'm saying? And we got an account we can use. But yeah, just getting into that finesse, that energy of, I'm open to risk. I know how it feels. I create an environment for when I do that work and that research, that's kind of tapping into that that energy, it's going to help you. Just like creating your sacred space for the more going within. You know, that's my advice to people. I've had to segregate the two in a sense.
In what way? In what way?
Like I work at two different desks for spiritual versus
Okay,
like
okay. I got
if
you.
that's possible, or like even
Right.
if it's just you have the same desk but you have a different setup, or you have a different playlist, or you have just understanding that
I'll do you one better. I'll do you one better. So this is my desk, right? So this is my little office desk or whatever. But say for instance, I'm doing a reading, then I pull these babies out, light these babies up. Now it's okay, spiritual zone. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying? But I'm not lighting these candles up unless some spiritual shit is happening. So
Right.
like, cause this is really the only space that I have. However,
Right.
it has dual roles, but that just.
Yes.
But I do that subconsciously. You help me kind of put words as to why
Mhm.
I haven't got these damn candles here. So thank you.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
dope.
no, I thank you. Thank you for sharing that, because it, you know, I just got into doing that. So you sharing that you also do something similar is confirmation that there's something to that. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So me and
Big
you,
thing.
let's
Mhm.
talk a little later on the Slack,
Okay.
because we looking for like a feminine viewpoint on some issues that we're having between me, not issues, but
Sure.
um when you reference like the market and being absorbable, but then being like males, we need to know how women feel. So, but we need kind of like a think tank of like curated
Yeah.
minds. So,
Okay.
you know, you strike me as a curated thinker, and you don't just kind of look at things from the surface, and you can see the undercurrents of particular energy. So I just want to build with you at some point in time. So I'm gonna
I love
send you
that.
out a message.
That would be great.
All right, cool. And let's really talk about some things.
Wonderful.
I'm
I'm
gonna
looking
really
forward.
look forward to that.
Same, same.
All
And
right.
thanks everyone who participated in the chat.
Oh
It was
yeah, and
a lot of good,
and
lot of good building there too as well.
thank you for that. For kind of being that person that's just putting yourself out there, even on the Slack, because you know I say like I need people to kind of be themselves and project themselves onto the
I know.
Slack, and
You're dragging me with
you
that.
exemplify that, and I help you, and I hope like you know you realize that you're like I see that, and I really do
I
respect that.
appreciate it. Well, I appreciate you. This is the last thing I'll say, because I've definitely been in my hermit phase, and this is just kind of given me a runway to kind of unfold. And I've been, you know, observant and mindful, because I don't want to be a person that takes up too much space. You know, people have been contributing long before I've been here. Um, but it's just really beautiful, and it's a safe space, and it's one that I look forward to also equally contributing to, but also unfolding aspect and learning more about myself, getting feedback from others and guidance, and you know, doing the same for others. So yeah, I just look forward to just building with everyone on multiple levels. So thank you again.
All right, cool. Just be looking out for me though. But thank you for
Okay.
just sharing.
No
You know,
problem.
plenty more conversations where that came from. So
Likewise. Take care.
peace.
Bye.
Ra, what's good? Are you mute yourself, fam? What you at
Can you
work?
hear me?
You at work? what you,
What are you talking about, man?
what are you talking about, fam? Like, what's good?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And
No,
like,
stop.
so much, right? So much to unpack, fam.
It's just so much, yo. Like, shout out to the sister that just got off. Like, I was feeling that vibe from start to finish, and she's an awesome sister. So,
Yeah.
shout out to her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. You are, man, you on that wave, family. You on that wave.
You
What that
started
wave
it.
feel
You
like,
started
family?
it. So like you started the wave, right? And I was just on the beach with my goddamn surfboard, and I said, "Look at this with the
Oh
wave."
my
So I just hopped
god.
on and just was like, that music. Yeah, that shit came on, and I was just like,
Yeah. That
"Is this the
that's
vibe
that's
right
that.
now? Is this the vibe?" Like,
it has to be. It has to be.
It has
Like
to be.
when spirit when when spirit gave it up to me and my shit connected with you and we ain't talk yet. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Nah.
mean,
But that's real shit. Cause you gotta have these like real perturbed moments in your soul. Like,
hmm
am
hmm
I crazy for saying
yeah,
fuck this nigga right now?
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't.
yeah, yeah,
Something gotta be off, right? With me. Cause something's wrong with my inner biologics right now. Cause I'm going
yeah.
against the grain crazy. And then
hmm
that's how you find kindreds. You don't find kindreds in love and light in spirit
Mm-mm,
workers. You be fucked
mm-mm.
up.
Yeah. What's that? You got to die before you're born. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
uh I just want to echo everything that you've been saying and everything that we've already been building upon.
Right.
Um, it's crucial in my estimation that we as uh our squad, we do the damn thing just to get the message out to the people that do want it.
Hmm.
And we're not in a place where we even are going to hold anybody accountable
Right.
or say anything about anybody that doesn't want to be involved.
Right. Because that was
I mean,
us very
yeah,
recently. So
yeah,
that would be like
yeah,
us talking
like
shit
very
about
recently.
ourselves, like very extremely recently, to where, like I said, my ignorance created a prison for me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
within that ignorance and prison, everybody out in my prison was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So of course,
Mm-hmm.
within our conversations and our builds, we are the boogeyman. We are the bad guys in this
Yeah,
scenario. Cause
pretty much.
cause we're
Pretty much.
we're stepping outside of our prison of ignorance and walking into a room of knowledge where we can, what you drinking? I want a whiskey on the rocks. I don't even drink whiskey on the rocks, but that
Mm-hmm.
just seemed like some shit that they'll order in a movie. So what, a cosmopolitan, nigga? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, so much we wish for a better life, right? A long part of our life, we just hoping that shit get better. Wishing, hoping, praying,
Mm-hmm.
meditating, in conscious lectures, listening to 10-hour videos, trying to better and improve
Mm-hmm.
ourselves, fam. But nobody ever said,
Mm-hmm.
yo, ignorance, for which, you know what conscious people do? They help you masturbate.
Yes.
They
Yes.
they
And
help
that's
you.
exactly what I was just about to say.
They help you.
Yeah, they
They
do help
help
you.
you. They help you. Give you an extra hand. You know what I'm saying? Help you with that masturbation. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, and that masturbation feel good, right? Just being by yourself with yourself,
Yes, it does.
right? But at a
All the time.
but
All
at
the
a
time
but
until
at a
you get back up.
yeah, till you get back up, or somebody flash a camera.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Now you
yeah,
embarrassed.
yeah,
Now you
yeah, yeah.
embarrassed.
You's a fool for that one. Yeah. So while y'all was talking, earlier, you and the young lady,
Hmm.
I jotted down a couple of things. Let me see if these things they ring any bells for you and the listeners, right? I know
Sure.
they're gonna ring bells with you.
Do your thing.
But the first one is I don't like him or her. I don't care if they have a job for me. I don't care if they have money. I don't care how much money they have. I don't like him or her. They talk too much shit, right? Uh, I'm spiritual. I don't care about money. Uh, that's dirty money. My moral compass won't allow for that. Let's uh, let's just unpack that real quick, just real quick. Like I'm not even gonna
Yeah.
get crazy like I did
Yeah.
yesterday. I got it out yesterday, so I go crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
Remember level
we need to set.
7. Level 7. We at level
Yeah,
7.
yeah.
And
We need to.
your levels, Ra, impeccable. Like, I just want to tell you, bro. Like, you
Is it good right
haven't
now?
you haven't crossed that threshold at all yet, fam. Like, you just
Uh,
you've
uh,
learned the
feeling good as the
mastery,
work.
bruh. Shout out to D-Ray. Shout out to
Feeling good as
Dreamwise.
the work. Shout out to Honcho Boutonniere. Shout out the Prana God, aka Prime Harmonic. Shout out, shout out, shout
Ashe.
out. You know what I'm saying? Shout
Ashe.
out to the squad,
The
man.
whole Slack
So
family.
the whole Slack family, chaos,
Oh
everything.
man,
Um,
you get me emotional right
when 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 you think about money, when you think about finances, you think about setting yourself up. The only thing I want the people to do is just eliminate the right or wrong aspect, okay? Because if we're going to go into anything and expand from where we were or were not, this whole idea of right versus wrong and good versus bad does not equate. Let's get this out of the way quick. All money is dirty if that's what you think about money. Okay, there is no such thing as a good way to get money or a bad way to get money, because guess what? It touches all of the so-called bad people's hands before it gets to you. So therefore, this idea that I need to get money the right way
bro. They
is a
get money.
fallacy.
They get
That's another
money
thing
in
of mental
church.
masturbation.
They be getting money at church. Like I
Yes.
was watching
The
something online and it
and
was so moving. I'm gonna get right back to you. It was so moving, but then right at the end, like, you know what? The church still gotta pay these bills, so we
Mm,
accept PayPal,
mm,
Cash App, Venmo. Go
mm,
ahead,
mm,
go ahead,
mm. I mean, the boy TD Jakes was talking about he still needed gas with his plane, but that
go
didn't stop
ahead.
the congregation. You know,
Nah.
so, I mean, listen, man, listen. When you're a religious buff and your pastor or your preacher could tell you something like that, and he jumping in the G5 plane while you going home with 5, 6 people in the car, like you think you think there's a such thing as good or bad money, and your pastor is good, like
Okay,
like
okay.
how does
Yeah,
that line up?
yeah.
Like the same person that tells you he needs it so he can get around and give the good word to all the people. Well, ain't there churches everywhere? You know, like I I'm saying I digress. But what I'm trying to get at is very simple and basic. Let's just eliminate the emotional aspect of it, because I was there. I think we all were there. But one thing I'm gonna say is that one is not your fault. B, it is your fault if you allow it to keep going. It's that simple. Because when somebody else is out here trying to give you a way to get your situation better, and your only response is that doesn't feel right, or yeah, I don't rock with him, or I don't rock with her, like I think you're totally missing the point. Like, you can't have it both ways. You can't say everything gonna be all good, but then you live in your ego most of your life. You can't say everything needs to be right and exact, but you talk shit about people as soon as you get a chance to. Like, it doesn't, like, people have this convenience with morality, and I call it convenient morality. The only reason I call it that is because you're right and exact when you're around people that you worry about the opinion of. But when you're not around those people, those morals go out the window. The only thing is you just haven't admitted it to yourself.
Rod, what you talking about is astrology. You talking about the sun and the moon relation. The sun is who I am during the day. The moon is who I am during the night. And if you're not the same person both periods of time, you gonna come up confused and your energy is gonna be distorted. The same way, if imagine, right, me talking all this shit about my wife, and then like this 18, 20 year old or hop on this live one day like, what up, Kyrie? AKA my baby daddy. You real spiritual all of a sudden, but you ain't seen your kids in 3 years, nigga. So, you know, that's my moon coming back to me, like, cause in the nighttime I'm a slut bucket, and then in the daytime
Yo,
I'm acting like I'm
yo.
upstanding. So that's what you're talking about, convenient
Hmm.
morality. See,
Yep.
but in
Hmm.
contrast, you know, I am who I say I am in the sun or the nighttime, day in, day out. And you can do all of your Googles, all of your research. You ain't never going to come up a girl saying, yeah, he be hitting me on the low though. So you, nah. And if that was the case, it
Hmm.
would be on the high.
Hmm.
It wouldn't be on the low. That's just
Yeah.
how you just gotta understand
Yeah.
the ways for which your sun and moon interact. But we having a whole conversation in a whole different place. I'm actually going to be doing some work with the spirit doula on the language of astrology. So if you interested in that, you might want to go over to the Spirit Doula Academy. I don't have the link. Hopefully she on the chat, or maybe not. Somebody who's a part of her academy, throw the link in the chat. But yeah, we'll be having a conversation, and I was formulating my conversation. It's funny because I was, in the morning, with the morning ale and coffee, like, okay, my conversation is strictly
Hmm.
centered on the sun and the moon vibration, for which we think are separate. However, through astrology, we learned that no, you're gonna have to nurture that moon, and what people pick up from you is your moon. They don't pick up your sun. So a lot of this convenient morality that
Hmm.
you think people is vibing off of, well, why are you not getting the things for which you not getting? Because you think that people see your shell. No, people see your soul, and your soul is what
Hmm.
magnetizes it. So
Hmm.
that convenient morality needs to be really addressed. So that's right, and exact. You a
Yeah.
astrologer, ain't you?
Yeah. I'm trying to be. Somebody told me I need to be. But or at least I need to learn.
You need to learn
I'm
the language. You understand, but you understand the
yeah,
the
I need to learn. I need to learn the language. I need
yeah,
to learn the language.
yeah.
Like I pick up on things. I pick up on things psychically, like that I'm not supposed to pick up on, and I have to ask a lot of questions just to get some understanding. So, but that's why I got you
You
and
got
Hotch.
friends. You
So,
got
but
friends. You got a
anyway,
support. You got a team, right?
yeah, yeah,
Do your team build multiple
yeah. Like
times a
that.
day?
I'm 40 years old. I'm
Mm-hmm.
40 years.
Rod is 40 years old, family. So let's not forget that. Let's see if he come back. I'll give him 10 seconds. Rod, you muted, fam.
Yo, you hear me?
You 40. You 40 years old.
Yeah, like I'm 40 years old, and I've had those same issues. I've had those issues most of my life. I've only had those issues based off of the programming, based off of the way people make you feel when you don't have what they want, based off of the way people treat you when you do have what they think they're supposed to get. Like those are things too. Like a lot of us self-sabotage ourselves based on what we think other people are going to feel because we're succeeding. Just think about that. Just think about that. The fact that you would sabotage yourself just because you're worried about somebody being hurt because you're moving up or you're moving on or you're expanding into yourself, into your being, into your spirit, into your soul. Like those things that you are supposed to do, like you would actually feel guilty about doing those things. So you would self-sabotage
But
yourself.
Rod, this is your
That was
work.
me.
But this is your work though, because you need to provide the
Yeah,
emotional
yeah,
stability through the process of
yeah.
transformation. Because through transformation, if
Hmm.
I'm not able to smile or feel good through the transformation, I'm going to panic. If I don't have no support through my
Hmm.
transformation, I'm going to panic and revert. So as we build
Yep.
and we believe in ourselves, understand that our growth and development is not about us. It's about the people that we can provide that actual support to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You are not alone. You are not going
Hmm.
to be broke.
You are
You are
not.
not going
You are
to
not.
fall off a cliff. You are not going to be isolated. You are cared about. But if you can't invest in yourself,
Hmm.
if you can't care for yourself, there's nothing that nobody can fucking do for you.
The 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 three letters I want the people in the chat and the people in the tapped in to think about would be ROI. What's ROI, big homie?
Return on investment.
What's what's so important about your return on your investment? You investing in yourself. How could there ever be a better thing than that? You see, if you don't invest in yourself, how are you really supposed to sincerely and genuinely invest in someone else? If you don't give yourself everything that you could possibly have, how could you then turn around and reciprocate to that someone else? Is that even possible?
Nah,
I
you
mean,
got
you
a
might
lot
be
of
able to.
spirituality and a lot of things operating on survival mode. Therefore, that system do
Mhm.
exist. It exists, and it attracts a lot of followers. It attracts a high vibration. It attracts a whole bunch of people. Hey, did you hear what he said? Well, it was just regurgitated anyways. It didn't come from no channel.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is, moving on this like slave ship or shepherd following the sheep following the shepherd modality, for which who is coming with the deepest, most thought-provoking shit that is not allowing you to progress in no form or fashion, but just allow you to just masturbate with a whole bunch of people. So consciousness has moved into a room where people is just simply stroking each other off, and nothing is actually happening. It's just high sexual
And
vibrations, for which, it feels really good to hear these types of words. However, I don't give a fuck how you feel about what I'm saying. I hope that you
well,
learn about your finances so you can help your family and help your children. Because if you don't learn about your finances, you are indoctrinating your children into slavery. So believing in yourself ain't got nothing to do about you. It got everything to do about your children, because let your children get a
every
hold of a quantum computer, but know about the markets and how to manipulate them and learn about patterns, harmonizing and things of that nature. Okay, as opposed to teaching them 1 plus 1, but then giving them a whole system to get to 2, and that's not even right and exact. Man, we got so much learning. We need to teach our children binary. We need to teach our children coding. But if we too busy with this actual system that is failing right before our eyes, family, we don't even have to project on when it's happening. It's happened. It's here.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When would the world end? It's over, fam. And the
It's
only
been
thing
over.
that's left is this market
Mm-hmm.
and this
Yeah,
technology. That's all we got. In the
that's it.
olden days, they had gold and they had tin, they had mines everywhere, they had quarries. Guess what, family? We've bankrupt that shit. We
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers talk about gardening. Is your soil rich? Can your soil even support
Man,
food? Or what about your
man.
rodent
Yeah.
prevention? Can you protect your garden from squirrels? I don't think so. I don't think so. Them squirrels gonna eat up all your shit. You ain't gonna have shit. So you don't even know about herbs. Man, come on, man. We got so much work to do. We got so much learning to
Listen,
do. And and
we got
and
so
if we
much
ain't
work to
work
do.
together,
When,
it's over.
yeah, yeah. Like, it's never been about one person, because you could always look at that one person and see so much that they could have done more. But then you have to then turn around and put that mirror at yourself and say, am I living up to my best potential, or am I just pointing out what I haven't done? Like, we have to be honest with ourselves. Like, be honest with yourself. I don't care if you lie to me. If you lie to me, it ain't gonna bother me. I'm just gonna roll over and keep making this money with my squad. You understand? But if you lie to yourself, then you lying to a whole gang of people that's gonna come behind you. And there's gonna be another cycle connected to the last cycle, connected to that last cycle. And I only want the people to just think about breaking the cycle. I know we love our parents, we love our ancestors, we love the people that we came from and we revere from the past, but they were lacking in information as well. And we were not responsible for carrying on their legacy, even if that legacy meant for you to just take your ass whipping sitting down. Like, it's just not supposed to be. Like, get in the game and play the game. Figure it out for yourself. My truth is not your truth. Your
Nah,
truth is not my
listen,
truth.
listen, listen,
So
listen,
forth and so
listen.
on.
What you just said, you have individuals right here, right now, spiritual miracles, but then we'll say how the white man is holding them back. And the reality to signing up
Mm,
for an
mm, mm.
account and learning this information, when you sign up for these particular things, no matter where you going, no matter what brokerage firm you sign up with, they will never ask you what race you are, what sex you are. They will ask you for your ID. They will ask you for your banking account information and things of that nature. But never once have they said, you know what? They want to know how much money you got. They don't care about your race. So when these spiritual people, right, and they reference living in a racist world or a racist country, those niggas is not right and exact. Those niggas is fucked up.
Nope.
Those niggas are government agents sent to implant that seed of inferiority in your mind. And they can be in the conscious
Them niggas might be
sector.
MK Ultra.
They can be in the conscious
They
sector,
might be MK
family.
Ultra.
They can be your favorite lecturer, family. They can be your deepest
Word
spiritual
up.
person. But if they ever and once mention that, oh, it's racism that's your problem, block them, family. Describe, like desubscribe from their shit. Never listen to them again. And I mean that shit.
This
And you
shit is
don't have to
funny.
you don't have to agree with me, family, but there is nothing inferior about you. And I don't even need nobody alluding to that shit. I want you to know that there is no blocks to your financial prosperity outside of your fucking ignorance
Ever
to
was.
the knowledge. And it never
That's
was.
it.
It
That's
never
it.
was. It never
That's it.
it never was white people
That's it.
holding you down and oppressing you, family. That is the game that's been told to you. Because at the same time, you done seen Big James over there riding on 24-inch rims every summer, stunting on niggas, right? Every hood got a Big
Right?
James that's stunting on niggas every summer, right? Because he know how to manage his money, right?
Mm-hmm.
He know how to build and fluctuate, and he got packs all out through the streets and shit like that. He'll front you a pack and things of that nature. Man, come on, man. I know I ain't
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
crazy.
Like, no, you ain't. You right on the button. Because what's the other side of that? You know, they tell you, oh, extra hotepian, gods and goddesses of the green black earth. And yeah, we love you all, and we wouldn't be here without you. And you know, they prop you up and give you all that nice, fluffy and soft shit and make you feel good about yourself. But has anybody thought, how could we all be gods? Like, has anybody thought that? Like, so there was just no peasants at all? Like, there was just gods? All right, that's the first question I asked. The second question is, you know, all of those ancients and all of these ancient lands, they loved gold. If you love gold, that don't mean you right and exact based on moral standards, right? Because they was throwing it up. They was throwing it up. I see what they look like on the walls. I mean, they was throwing it up. Like they didn't believe in submission. They didn't believe in turning the other cheek. They didn't believe in uh, depression. Feeling down on yourself. The universe doesn't respond to that. That's why everybody that's depressed is still depressed. Everybody that hasn't been able to pull themselves out of that is still depressed in some way or form. I just left that shit. To
Right.
be right and exact, my peoples brought me out of that to remind me of who I was. Like, I mean, you just need to be real with yourself. Once you're real with yourself, don't matter what nobody tell you. All the information is out there. We're in 2020. You can find
Right.
out anything you
You
want.
can find out the information. You can find out this information. That's why I'm not being clear with what I'm saying, because it's so important for you to be interested without me encouraging you. And this is
Mm-hmm.
why people don't really fuck with you. I know people did not fuck with me because I wasn't ready. It wasn't nothing wrong with them, you know? Any situation that didn't work out favorably because I was ignorant as fuck. You know what I'm saying? I was ignorant. So it's
Yeah.
really important to, if you don't have your shit together, and not to say that I have my shit together, all I'm saying is that uh the knowledge of the world and how the world is turning is a real turn, and we can all bear witness, and people just don't understand what's happening. Everything that I'm coming through is because I didn't know what was going on with the world. So I divinated. I went to spirit. And so the information that I've been bringing forth these past couple of weeks, I can't type it, because if I type it, I lose it. So I have to kind of record it in my notebook,
Mm-hmm.
and then I just spit the transmissions like that. I used to do the videos and type them, and that was cool. But in order to get this transmission raw, I've been having to just kind of write it when they come. And so I'm saying all of that to say, I don't know, we don't know, but spirit knows.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, it has moved me into places that I've already said I would never do network marketing. I would never be a part of no pyramid scheme. I would never tap into trading or nothing like that because I don't know it. I was inept and I didn't have any enthusiasm to learn. But through my spiritual divination, this is what I've come up with. So at that particular point, Spirit has said there will be a divide. And maybe you have 5 people that listen to your channel. But if you have 5 people that are interested in growing their finances, that would be better than having 500 million people that wanted to absorb and leech off of your energy and didn't want to help themselves nor help you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yep.
said 500 million. It
Yes.
said 500. You can have 500 million followers on Instagram and be in a worse off position than having 5 investors in your circle that you build with every day. I said, Spirit, that's
Your
powerful.
immediate team.
I'm a bring out the sword and I'm gonna cut all the fake niggas off my channel. And I don't want nobody here
Mm-hmm.
that's not trying to learn, right? That's not trying to give. That's not trying to help.
Listen,
And if my channel breaks down to 5 subscribers, I know for a fact that those 5 subscribers is with the shits. And that's what I need.
that's all that matters. Shit, the 300 did that for real. So, uh, in mythological terms, so to speak. So, but when you touched on that, you actually just brought everything home because, um, we weren't right and exact less than a month ago. Like, we still ain't all the way right and exact. But
We'll never
one,
be
we're
right and
not
exact.
pressing.
We're never right and
We'll
exact.
never be right and exact
We'll
because the
never
work is never over.
and the
The
work is
work is never
never
over.
over. And if I fall out with you, then I'm outside of my purpose. I gotta be able
Mm-hmm.
to tolerate you, to have a conflict with you, to grow
Mm-hmm.
out of that conflict. Cause every moment we've been building has been in peace. We ain't even had no disagreement yet. So we gotta have that.
Oh, they coming.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta
They coming.
argue. We gotta go through
Mm-hmm.
shits. We gotta go through war together. We gotta go through some battles. We gotta get tried and tested and all of that shit. We gotta go
All
through
of that
war.
shit.
So the idea is like I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for somebody that's down to fight. And
And as
people
far as I'm
don't
concerned,
understand
perfection.
that. People don't
Yeah.
understand that when they trying to gain friendships. They looking for the perfect
Mm.
shit. You know what I'm saying? And within that space, you be looking forever.
Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't come to this thing looking for friendship. Like, I got a reading from you and the reading just lined up too much, so I couldn't leave you alone. Like, I hounded Hood Mystic. Like, I hounded that nigga. Like, I was in the chat room like, hey, peace family. Nobody was in there by myself. Hey, peace family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made sure I was there every day because certain shit resonated with my soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, it resonated with me. And if it resonated with me on that level, on that primordial level, the thing that can't be described, the thing that can't be touched. And guess what? That's the same thing that exists in everyone. You just
Mm,
have to realize it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you need help realizing it. Sometimes somebody is trying to give you something and you're just too stubborn to take it. You
mm,
know? You
mm,
got to get out your comfort zone in order to grow. You never grow from a comfort zone place. You never grow from a place where you like everything that's going on. If you can tell me a place in the world of duality where everything is all positive or all negative, please show me that place because I will gladly show you the opposition. There is no such thing.
mm,
So you got to take yourself out of that. They told me, Hood Mystic told me to take myself out of time. Drink the water. Dream wise said, go on that fast. You know what I'm saying? Take yourself out of time. Take yourself out of the regular mundane shit that you do every day. Take yourself out of the same story you've been telling yourself since 7 years old. Tell yourself a new story. It's
mm,
your story. You're the author. Write
mm,
it.
mm. Yeah, you was a fish. You was a fish. You know what I'm saying? Just swimming in the ocean, and you just kind of got hooked. You know what I'm saying? So within that, you was able to kind of rise. Your energy was kind of rise. You know, that school of thought that have you in a back and forth position, or that mundanity is necessary, that spiritual things happen. However, you followed up with actual technical things that show that beyond just sitting back like, oh, you know, I fuck with Hood Mystic and things of that nature. I be hollering at Dream and things of that nature. Nah, you would come and make yourself like provide some value to the conversation, and it ain't even like, as a person who done this for a long time, most people expect within my personal relationships for me to give them more and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd be like, I mean, I don't got a problem with giving, but you know what I'm saying? What you working with? Like, you know what I'm saying? What you got? You know what I'm saying? Type of deal. And
You
it's just like,
expected it.
yeah, and you just came through, like, you know, just even if it's just like making people laugh or something like that. You don't even know. Like, most people is just super hotepian with the shit, and it's just like, that hotepian shit gotta die, man. Cause you know, the actual
Gotta die.
you actually
Gotta die.
providing value, it changed my life, right? It threw me on a trajectory. Cause it's different when you come into a situation and you give from your heart, but you ain't like giving your rent money or no shit like that. You got extras and you like, well, shit, what I'm gonna do with these extras, shit. And not even like you giving money. It could be energy, it could be knowledge, it could be wisdom, and it could be money. But it's not like you giving money to me. You like, hey, we need to start this,
Yeah,
or
like
we
I
need
just
to
want to
do
be down.
this.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we could just poly or whatever. And then it's just like, shit, Ron called me and shit, I just fucking be talking to this dude for 2 hours, just not even realizing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
It was 2 hours. Like,
it ain't even
yeah, yo.
this Hotepian shit and this leader shit is just, it's for the birds, man. If you got a
It
connection
is.
or a way to, you know, communicate with people, and it's truthful, but say for instance, that person, you might respect them and you feel like they got it. Maybe they don't have it. Maybe they need you to
Mm-hmm.
give it to them. You know what I'm saying? And you
Mm-hmm.
be like, well,
Mm-hmm.
you helped me and shit. Like, you helped me to have somebody that I could fucking talk to and just be real with. I don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
Yeah.
have that at all. You know what I'm saying? I have that with my wife, but I don't have that, like, it would be like, oh, Hood Mystic, what you say about that spiritual leader?
Yeah.
Did you just
Yeah.
disrespect an elder?
Yeah.
Oh man, Hood Mystic,
Yeah.
what's
And
wrong?
that's why. Yeah, that's why, and that's why it was a perfect symbiotic relationship, I believe, because we gave each other something that had something far to do with monetary status or anything like that. Like, I was trying to be a fly on the wall, but I was trying to be a fly on the wall to learn the shit. How did you get there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to get there because I knew that was necessary, and you explained to me how necessary it was, and it just clicked, man. Like, it just clicked. I don't have that person to talk to neither, because you see how I give it up. Like, listen, man, I really don't give a fuck about your feelings. I really don't give a fuck about you think what this person think. I don't care. Listen, if you not, a wise man told me a long time ago, if you can read or write, you shouldn't follow nobody. So if you're still following people, and you're supposed to be the leader of a family, a mother, listen, listen, step into
Wah,
your own power,
wah,
realize it.
wah, wah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
Wah, wah,
Yeah,
wah.
man.
Like,
Like,
the
come on,
movie
man.
is over.
All the bullshit, man.
It's more or less about
It's
tapping
over.
into your
It's over.
spirit and allowing this phoenix to rise. Ra, we've been building. We probably gonna talk for another 2 hours today. So I'm gonna kind of just move on
Yeah, I
through
was about to
this.
get off. I'll holler at you, daddy.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Peace and salute to
Peace,
everyone.
peace be
All
unto
right,
you,
daddy.
family.
Peace be unto you, family.
Peace, beloved. Shows, or no, this is Stardust, and then we got Showstopper next. Stardust, and then we got my man Prime right after that. What's up, Stardust?
Well, I hopped on because it was buffering, but everything is in divine alignment. Everything that you're saying. Every Sunday, I pull a card for the whole week. Self belief is everything. Um, Sitting back and listening to you when you was talking about we should be learning and investing in self, that's relevant. You already know. So I'm gonna hop off. I'm getting myself ready to go out in this world.
Okay. I appreciate you.
For the message.
Yeah,
All right.
and it's give or take. I'm still working on the internet here, but I'll have it together. But I appreciate you calling in and let me know that. Peace.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, Prime, I got you. Showstopper, what's up?
Yeah, because it's linked to the debit card.
What's good?
Yeah, it's money in there. Don't go crazy, nigga.
So,
Don't go crazy.
don't go crazy.
Don't.
Everybody doing their thing. Prime doing his thing. I'm about to end this unless GHG got something to say. GHG, what do Greg?
Hey, what's up?
There you go. What's up? I'm chilling. What's good with you?
Well, I was just calling in. Rod kind of already touched on what I was gonna say, but just to share that it took me at the beginning of my journey. What I noticed is at the beginning it was about what I was choosing to see for myself and the level that I was on at that time versus where I'm at now, and seeing that all of this, everything that I've been asking for, that my soul has been asking for, has been there the entire time. It was just about the level that I was on and the awareness that I was brought to. Because I mean, at the beginning, there were times where I get knocked on my rocker and just had tower moment after tower moment and just couldn't understand it. But those tower moments woke me up just a little bit more and made me a little bit more hungry to be more open and receptive to what was coming. So lately I've noticed, and this is why I was calling, one of the last times where I actually asked for help, because that's what I've learned lately, is that pretty much it's here. You just got to ask for it. So the last time I asked for it, right after that, I came upon the cash flow series. That was the first thing that happened, right after, and I've been following since the first one. And normally I'm not one to catch on with new things. I'm real traditional type, where I'm getting rid of all of that and being more open and receptive. So I'm well, let me go ahead and check this out and try this out. And ever since I've been following it, it's been so helpful to me. And it's almost like I want to kick myself for not listening to myself in the beginning, but I know it was a process and I understand that now. But the cash flow series has just been super helpful to me. And then it also, confirms how I've been feeling about myself before going through this awakening. I had an instance where when I was married, my ex-husband, his grandfather, he was a lawyer, and he would always do our taxes. And one year he did them, and he was getting up in age. One year he did them, and something just didn't feel right. I seen them numbers, and I'm I don't think that's right. And so it was just something in me. I started listening to myself and just went ahead, and I'm well, I'm gonna go ahead and do it myself and see what happens. I ended up getting probably a few $1,000s more than what this man had come up with. And so I think that was kind of the onset too. And this was a long time ago, but it's just, tying all this in, just seeing everything that's kind of progressed and how it all just ties in together. And it's just a beautiful thing. And I just wanted to say I'm thankful for everything that y'all do. And I'm taking steps to get more involved. It's a process for me, but I definitely want to be more involved. And I joined Robinhood, and I got a free stock. And I mean, the feeling of that, and just, I can't explain it, but it's very empowering. And so I just wanted to express that and share that.
I really do appreciate it. And when I'm listening to you, I'm in tuning. What I picked up was that like we always have somebody consciously aware to tell us quote unquote right from wrong at all moments, and maybe we have turned off our ability to tune into that aspect. However, when we do, everything tends to work out right for us, and that aspect within ourselves might be contrary to a lot
Exactly.
of things we tell ourselves. But if we're able into it, you know, it allows us to be our best selves. But within that is a constant evolution and a constant test to be a little bit more learned or a little bit more networky or whatever word that is, but just trying to come outside of our shells. Like I don't want nobody to just be like, hey, this is me and just overshare and overspill, but just like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? This is me or this is what I got or whatever. And you don't even realize how a kindred or a soulmate connection even can happen just off of your tone and just you alone, you know what I'm saying? And you attracting and magnetizing the greatest
Yeah.
things towards you. And there's nothing wrong with us. We just have to really tune into our skills within, and whatever that says to do, I hope that you really follow it, sis. And you know, if you ever want
Thank
to
you.
talk or need or talk to me or whatever, I'm available for that. And just this whole entire build and this whole process has been just humbling. But however, the work has just now started and it's just now begun to kind of make sure that like you can talk shit at the beginning and it feels great, but hopefully we have the same energy 2 weeks from now, a month from now, months from now, to whereas we can
Right
deal
on.
with the ebbs and flows of our emotionals, but still know like it's still good here. We can still build, we can still learn, and we can still grow. We can even say, "What's up, y'all? Having a bad day?" Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just a flow to it. So
Yeah.
my thing is like I don't what people been telling me all day yesterday is like if you build it they would come, but my thing is like, all right, let me check the goddamn roof, make sure this make sure the system is stable, so we can continuously be in the building together. So you and everything that
And
you
that's funny
said
because
was
I'm from
perfect.
Iowa.
What is that? What's
I was gonna
Iowa
say,
State?
um, it's where that saying came from. It's from Field of Dreams, and the movie was filmed here in
Okay,
Iowa.
okay, okay,
It was
okay,
based
okay,
off the story in Iowa.
okay, I
Yeah,
got you.
that's pretty interesting.
So what's it like in Iowa? That's a random, that's a different vibration. What's it like? You born and raised in Iowa?
Yes, yes. My
What's that
parents,
like?
they're from. It's it's interesting. It's helped me with my growth as a person, as a melanated woman. I because I work for a photography company for a preschool division, and so I travel around Iowa. And I've done it for a few years, but I've actually been able to drive to like the real small towns, and I feel it's a blessing because I'm able to expose citizens of Iowa who normally don't see people that look like me to myself, where, they can lose all judgment because I don't fit into a particular box. And I'm going to show you that. So I've had to, come into that,
That's probably
growing
the
up
most
and realize,
spiritual experience. That's probably the most spiritual thing because I had the
oh
same
man,
situation happen with me with Ohio and a job that required me to travel into places and spaces that I would have never went to on my own recognizance. However, by being there, you have those transmissions and connections. So that's highly spiritual.
right. Yes, and since you say that, like I was telling my mother, like I've noticed since I began my awakening journey a couple of years ago, I've noticed that a lot of the centers I've gotten assigned to are mainly based in church. And now I'm not saying, that has to do with religion, but the presence and the aura itself and what I'm being surrounded with, knowing that I'm protected at all times, is what I get from that. And so I thought that was pretty dope too. It's been pretty dope. I mean, I don't
Are you on the
I don't
Slack?
know. It's
Are you on
Iowa.
the Slack? Yes, that seems super super interesting. To like you said Iowa, I picked up like Iowa. That seems like not a place for a lot of melanated people, but it might be an interesting journey of some sort, or might have some spiritual connections. But why you're there, and you being
Yeah.
there and tapping into energy that a lot of melanated people wouldn't even have the wisdom to even think about these particular areas. I would say when you at work, to don't even view it as work, but just to really see your spirit
I
on,
don't.
yeah, on an actual plan, and
Yeah.
then keep your eyes open, because this is how your ancestors will communicate to you by, but you got to have that
Yes.
third eye vision, and that's real.
Yes, and I mean, it's not just Iowa that I go to. Like our district, we're District 12. I mentioned this the last time you talked about Hunger Games, which I thought was pretty funny. But at my job, we're in District 12, and District 12 is Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, and so I go around
Oh,
that whole entire region where I work. And I've been in Nebraska where, like I worked on reservations. There's
oh
like no
wow,
cell phone reception, but I get the experience and the
yeah,
feelings that I have gotten from those drives and being around different, those cultures, and just it's been amazing.
yeah.
It's
That
truly
sounds
amazing.
that sounds far out, even in the space beyond a person. Like, I manifested $1 million. Like, your manifestation of spirit and journey is highly reflective of minds that only the experience could explain, or the location and the
Yes,
energy for which can explain. And not to be like, it's like having an experience that you can't really put in words, but
yes, yes,
and
yes.
and then if you like, well, go to this city or town, and the person will be like, all right, I'm here, so now what, like, type of shit. So it's just
Right.
like you
I
just
totally
have,
missed out.
yeah, you just have to understand, like, your spirit is really rocking with you in a space that you probably couldn't even fathom. But take this journey, but when this journey is over, you know understand why it happened, and then you'll be able to move on, and then branch out and take this energy, like you're like a ghostbuster or something, like you're going around capturing energy or some sort. Like, it seems like you might have like a whole bag of ancestral energy that you can kind of like tap into. You ever seen Doctor Sleep?
No, I have not.
Okay, they have this thing called the shine, and it's like this energy that they have ministers, and that's kind of what I think about when you reference. And I think like it was filmed out in that area. I don't know exactly, but definitely out in that area.
Okay,
But yeah, that actual shine,
I
or
have to
that
check it out.
that energy is like you have it, and you capture it in some form and fashion. But this is like a journey that will have an ending, and then like your real journey will start. That's what I can sense. Do you sense that at all, or no?
I do. I
Okay.
do, because like you said, I don't look at it as a job. I really felt like I manifested that, because I've been through, a couple of jobs where it's just like, man, forget this.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't trying to hear this. But
Mm-hmm.
it's like everything that I've been looking for in a job. Like I wake up in the morning, early in the morning, I get to see the sunrises while I'm driving. I get to work. I work with children, and
Mm-hmm.
then the directors are seen as the mean people, and so I kind of bring. I think my presence like softens them up a little bit, and they open up a little bit more and are a little bit more receptive instead of so closed off. Whether they present it at that moment or not, I can still feel it once I leave. The effect that I have when I go, and then I'm done at like 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock most times if I travel.
Mm-hmm.
My job pays for my hotel. I didn't have to pay for equipment. I didn't have to pay, and it was paid training. Like everything was just laid out,
Do you?
and all
This
I have to
is
do.
this is random, but do you wear sunglasses to hold your spirit back?
No.
Okay.
I wear them because of how I look. Like,
Oh,
I look
okay.
jiggy.
Oh no. Okay. Okay. I was just wondering
No, I
because
know
like
people that have done that for
your
no end.
spirit is a projection, and it's like those glasses don't help, shorty. Like them, they're not going to stop your
No,
spirit
this is
from
all.
like.
You can ask my kids. Like, if you see in my pictures online or anything, I'm always sporting these shades. Like,
Okay.
it's just my style. That's
Okay.
how I've
I
always
like
been.
that. I like that. That's dope. That's dope. You got a real like.
Thanks.
That's like some real fun inner child energy too that you carry too. It's fun like, and this is just the vibes like you presenting. My show is over, but but just are you on Slack?
No, I'm not.
You not on
And
Slack?
that's what I was talking about with the baby steps. That's the next thing I was working on because I know I didn't talk to you about sending you email.
Mm-hmm.
Like I see my list piling up, and I don't like that because then it'll get. It's like the pressure, and then it's just gonna burst. So I'm trying to take it step by step.
It's super easy stuff. It ain't even nothing for which you should even think about it as effort type of deal. Say for instance, throughout the day, you think about it. You send me an email. Have you already sent me an email and I just overlooked it? Or?
No.
Okay, cool. So if you send me an email, that's as hard as the work that I'm asking you to do. You don't even gotta say nothing. Just hey.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'll take care of everything from there. And just keep in contact. And I'm gonna go be a dad real quick and go from there. But I'll be waiting for you.
I appreciate it.
No problem. Peace. Family. My door is getting kicked down at this particular point, and my job is now done for the day, and another job has now started. My full-time job called John's Dad, and that I gotta clock in like right now, family. So I'm gonna tap out, and hopefully you guys stay tapped in throughout the day. Peace.
You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic, your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer, your favorite mystic's favorite mystic. Time to tap in now. You are traveling with the Hood Mystic.
You are now tapped in